first. Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing light blue with black, official weight 154 pounds. Professional record 39 victories, including 35 knockouts, with only 3 defeats and 1 no decision. From Pomona, California, the former lightweight, former welterweight, former super welterweight champion of the world, Sugar Shane Mosley. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing dark blue with white, official weight also 154 pounds. Professional record 47 victories, including 25 knockouts, with only 3 defeats. From St. Petersburg, Florida, presenting the reigning, defending, universally recognized, undisputed super welterweight champion of the world, Ronald Winky Wright.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Abide by the rules by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. I'm here to enforce them. Give me a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch them up.
Go. Everyone expects Shane Mosley to try to be quicker at the outset, including Winky Wright. He might just try to force him, to take him on.
They meet in the center of the ring. Shane tries twice to jab. Winky shakes his head as if to say, nah, you didn't get to me.
Last fight, Winky Wright used his jab to kind of control Shane, and that's what he's starting out with now, but Shane has to stop that.
Shane throwing a 4-punch combination. There were too few of those for him in the first fight.
And I don't think that the combinations is the way to beat Winky Wright for Shane Mosley, because Winky will take those punches just like that and keep coming. All he'll do is use that to wear Shane out. What Shane has to do is use his own jab to stop Winky's jab. If he doesn't use his jab to nullify Winky's jab, he's going to lose again.
Well, what Shane is plainly trying to do, Roy, is throw more body punches than he did in the first fight. He's already practically done that.
Yeah, that's true too, but the body shots are not going to be nearly as effective until he can get something wrong with that jab, like that.
Because Shane Mosley was clearly discouraged midway through the first fight, I asked his new trainer Joe Goosen yesterday how important it was for him to perform well in the first 2 rounds. And Joe predictably said, critically important that he set the pace and establish the way the fight will be fought. Not easy to do against a guy whose style is unique and has given him the right to dictate many fights.
And once again, Winky Wright is using his jab to control Shane right there. That's the problem Shane has.
Shane's trying to go to the body more. It's not easy to do when Wright pins his elbows against his ribs.
Wright is trying to walk Shane down, wear him down, remind him of what happened in the first fight.
And that jab is a real reminder.
And Wright is so confident of what he's doing in there. It's very difficult for Shane Mosley to reverse the enormous confidence Winky Wright feels against him right now. Wright landed that left hand, smiled, blocked Mosley's body shots, smiled again, goes back to work with the jab.
One reason that Wright's right jab is so effective is that he is a right-hander. He does everything except fight right-handed. His strongest hand is his right.
Former heavyweight champion Michael Moorer was that way as well.
Shane has a cut already on the outside of his left eye.
Could that be from Winky's right jab?
That's exactly what it's from.
And Winky now bats Shane back into the ropes with a strong left hand. Wright is finding it relatively easy to do what he wants once again in the last minute of round one.
Not cut, look like it was blood.
Keep the jab on his ass. More left hands this round. When you end up inside, let that hook go. Let the step back hook go. Get room. All right?
Calm, just like you are. That's so perfect. That's so perfect what you did. Let's not change a thing. Okay? When you feel those, you're coming up on those ropes, turn and get to the big part of the ring. Because that water don't spill it. You hear me? A couple deep breaths now. Real good. Just be sharp and cool like you are. Don't waste nothing. We got plenty of condition. Don't stand in front of him and let him touch you.
Dan Birmingham, Winky Wright's trainer, has been with him since he was 15 years old.
Joe Goosen making clear in that conversation with Shane Mosley, he wants him off the ropes in the middle of the ring, but he wants him moving. Doesn't want him to stand in front of Wright and let Wright touch him. That's what happened way too frequently in fight number one. Body shot by Wright. Mosley seems a little uncertain.
He throws a chopping left jab, and Winky throws a longer right jab, and Shane's jab doesn't have a chance against Winky's long jab.
Unless he can find a better angle.
Or do what he just did then, go left and right and get inside of the punches. It's not going to be a better angle when you're facing a southpaw.
CompuBox numbers in round one demonstrating exactly what Roy says about the problem of Shane getting to Wright. CompuBox found Wright landing 22 out of 45 and Shane only 5 out of 59. All body connects. In other words, CompuBox didn't see Mosley landing a single punch on Wright's head in the first round.
I don't believe that number.
Now that's not true. He did land a few shots to the head. They just weren't power shots. See, there's the jab right there. That's what Winky uses to control Shane Mosley with.
That's what Vernon Forrest did as well.
Yeah, but it's different with Vernon Forrest because he's an orthodox fighter.
Yeah, I mean, but it was the jab.
And the length. And a right hand that did damage when it landed. Hard right hand inside by Wright. Mosley comes back to the body. Solid left hand upstairs by Winky Wright. Left hand lands again. Mosley not enough head movement to elude Wright's straight shots. Right hand lands upstairs for Shane Mosley. Tries it again. Gets Wright's ear. Body shot by Mosley. Then he punches against Wright's gloves. Winky goes back to just touching him with the jab. Good right hand by Mosley. Wright with a left to the body.
Mosley seems to be fighting him almost the same way as he did in the first fight right now, standing mostly in front of him.
There's a good left hand to the body by Mosley.
Good right to the body by Mosley.
And another. So already Shane Mosley is landing more effective body punches than was the case in the first fight. There's a good left hand by Wright, and Mosley with a disgusted expression.
Now he's using the pity-pat punches to nullify the jabs on him. That's what he has to do all night, though, if he wants to win this fight.
Hard-fought second round coming to a close. Mosley did some damage to the body. Wright still in charge upstairs. This Tuesday, tune in for next Real Sports with Brian Gumbel. This month, Real Sports looks at former Detroit Tiger Cecil Fielder. Once a home run hitting millionaire, Fielder is now destitute after gambling cost him his fortune and his family. Painful story. Debuts Tuesday, November 23.
Jackson, breathe. Let's do it, man. Breathe. Relax. You're good.
You feel good? The leg's strong, man. Okay, put the pressure on. You hurt him with the left hand? Hit him with the left hand more.
Gotta let the hands go more.
Let your hands go
Be
more.
first more, but don't stand still.
And there's Shane's dad, Jack Mosley. Still training fighters, other fighters besides Mosley. And still with strong opinions about his son's career and abilities. CompuBox numbers in round 2, way more even. Wright 16 out of 57, Mosley 12 out of 46. There's a hard right hand and a left hand upstairs by Mosley. Wright said that he didn't feel Shane had any real power in the first fight. Mosley said, "I'm not surprised by that. My body had nothing that night." It was a good 1-2 by Wright. Mosley came back with a right hand, but Winky rolled on the punch. Wright nods and comes in with a straight left hand, then a right hook. Mosley having difficulty stopping Winky's attack upstairs. And he allows himself to get blocked against the ropes, where Joe Goosen didn't want him to be.
He can't seem to avoid that straight left lead once he pins himself against the ropes. He's fighting behind Winky, and that's why he's getting caught so much. Meaning he's letting Winky initiate the contact first.
What do you mean by fighting behind him?
He's letting Winky initiate contact before he tries to fight.
Wright comes forward like an armored vehicle, occasionally letting those rockets go.
Wright's left hand is picking up steam as this round progresses. There's a hard right to the body by Wright. Backs Mosley into the ropes again. Still going to the body. Look out for that left hand upstairs. Left hand to the body and then upstairs, and he lands it again. Shane comes back with a right. But one punch at a time now for Mosley.
Well, he looks very discouraged at this point.
Body shot by Wright looked a little low. Joe Cortez tells him to keep it up. And Shane Mosley was dominating the lightweight division. Later, when he was beating Oscar De La Hoya, moving up to welterweight, we didn't know how visibly he could show discouragement when things went badly in a fight. But we've seen it against Forrest. We saw it against Wright the first time around.
And this builds gas, puts gas in Wright's tank because he looks for guys to start to slow down and lose confidence in the fight. That's how he wins fights. He usually starts out fighting guys who are stronger punchers or quicker fighters than him. And as he sees their confidence go away, he builds confidence.
Good body shot by Mosley.
Good combination, actually.
But Wright doesn't back off.
Come on.
Three rounds in the books. And though the fight is somewhat different than the first time around, the results don't appear to be differing yet.
Over there. That's why he stalled out here. Did you know that? And then backed up when he came out and took some deep breaths. We're just getting going now. Look at me. You've got to have this mentality. We're just getting going. We're going to save the best for later on for this guy. You just keep picking, being calm and cool. Keep the walk. Put some ice on the neck. Put some ice on the neck. You understand what I'm saying? Keep him. Look at me, Shane. Keep him turning. Okay, keep him turning. Use your feints a little bit more and jabs, drawing him in.
Here you see Winky inside, feeling real comfortable, landing a few shots. There's a good left undershot. Shane tried to counter, but Winky's initiating all the attack. Here Shane countered the jab with a right hook, which is a great counter for that jab, but he has to do more of it.
Told you coming into the fight, Wright has been averaging 35 to 40 jabs thrown.